It's such a journey. Born on the streets of Accra and keeping in touch with the dream of playing your basketball at the very top, the pinnacle of the game, the National Basketball Association we love to call the NBA here in Ghana. Surely a path that many Ghanaians only dream of. The difficult footsteps of Ben Bentel, and to an extent Pops Mensah-Bonsu, who was even born in London, looked improbable for even the brave basketball players on these shores. Amida Brimah, let that sink in. He's the latest Ghanaian and only the second bred in Accra to make the jump. Brimah stays as a young man at Happy Home Primary School, afternoons spent as a young adult at the Tudu Lebanon House Court, and time in the Galaxy Basketball Academy in Accra were key to his development. Brimah had his college education at the University of Connecticut, where he starred in their basketball team. Starting 69 games, he made 100 appearances for UConn, scored 644 points, and recorded 390 rebounds as well as 280 blocks. He made the American Athletic Conference All-Rookie team as well. Amida was signed by Chicago Bulls in 2017 for the Summer League, although he was included by the San Antonio Spurs, but was waived, hence joined the Austin Spurs. He played 48 games for the Austin Spurs in the G League in the 2017-2018 season, signed for Partizan in the Belgian League, returned to Austin Spurs in 2018-2019 season. He got waived by the Indiana Pacers prior to this season and joined the affiliate Fort Wayne Madans in the G League, and later signed a two-way contract to feature in the NBA for the Pacers. After 2 games already with the Pacers, especially with his first taste of NBA action, he scored 6 points, made 3 rebounds and 2 blocks in just 9 minutes.
It's been a tedious journey, you know, just coming from Ghana, and just like we all know that Ghana is not a huge country when it comes to basketball. So just like coming into high school and going to college, you know, it's been a challenging journey, but I think eventually, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth the trials and the tribulations that I had to go through to get to where I am now, you know. And yeah, I'm excited and stoked to be here right now.
Right. So, did you see the move coming? I mean, were you giving hints, or it hit you by surprise?
So I would say it caught me by surprise because going into the G League bubble, I'm just coming off an ACL tear, and like I've taken 2 years off of just like, you know, just rehabbing and just getting ready, trying to make sure when I come back, I'm gonna be just been locked in and just like trying to prepare myself for whenever I come back, I'm gonna be 100% go, you know. So I wasn't expecting like, I mean, I'm doing all this because I want to be ready whenever the opportunity arises, but like I wasn't expecting that to happen because I've been healthy for 3 years already before this happened. And nothing happened. So when the way it happened was very crazy because I've been to training camp with the Pacers the year I tore my ACL. And then I came to training camp with them this year, and I couldn't even play in training camp because I had to figure out some stuff with my visa, and I couldn't play. So I was even going to the G League bubble. That we had 15 games in the G League bubble. I was only able to play 10 because I was still figuring out my visa stuff, and so coming off an injury and going into the bubble, I went into the bubble just playing, not playing any full court, no competition, no 5-on-5, nothing. I literally went from an ACL tear into straight playing games. So it was like I was only able to play 1 pickup in general. So like when I was in the bubble, I wasn't playing at my full best. So I was like, the only team that knew how good I am would be the Pacers, because nobody knows how good I am. Because if you want to call me up based off what I did in the bubble, I don't think I did enough to be called up in the like for what I did in the bubble, because I was still kind of probably like 85%. I was not my full 100% yet at that point, you know. But then when I went back home, I started feeling like I'm back to my normal self. I'm feeling better than my normal self, actually jumping higher, like I was moving really good. So I was like, all I'm waiting for right now is an opportunity. And my talking to my agent is like, yeah, this around this week or next week, things are gonna start picking up. But like, we don't know. It's just all up in the air. So I actually was I went to a birthday. My second family here. I went to the birthday of the mom, and then we went to the birthday. And after and that day we got there, it was like 4 hours from where I live. The day we got there, I got a call from my agent telling me I'm on the list of people they're trying to call up for the faces. And then he calls me again and was like, "Oh, you on the short list?" And I was like, "Okay." And I didn't want to get too excited, to be honest. I would say, obviously, we need more opportunities in Ghana, and I think the government should be like more invested in basketball, because basketball is becoming a huge sport now, you know. So I think the government should be more invested into it. But I think so we can get more opportunities to be able to, like, you know, display the talent, because I think Ghana has a lot of talent. It's just like we don't have the how do you call it, the opportunities to be able to do that. But I think what I would say to those kids is just like, you never give up. Like, if you believe that, you have to believe in yourself first before anything. And like, all begins with hard work. Whenever you work hard, it's easy for you to believe in yourself. But when you're not working hard, it's hard for you to believe in yourself, because you don't, like, what are you basing your beliefs on? You know, so I think what I would say to them is, you just keep working hard and just keep putting 100% off. And whenever you step on that court, whenever you're on that court, like, I'm about to go work out, you'll put in 100% and just keep working hard.
Right. Just a final one before I let you go. You spoke a lot about your family. How, for instance, did your mother, your father take the news that you are in big time NBA? I mean, how did they take the news when they heard it?
Yeah, they were ecstatic. Like, I technically have two families. I have one back home, Ghana, and I have one here. So they're both families are so ecstatic. Because they know how hard I work. They know how long I've been working to be in this position. Like, it could have been easy for me to just say no and give up. But I was like, no, like, there are too many kids that look up to me for me to just say no. And might not be kids in America, but I know for sure there's so many kids in Ghana that, like, look up to me. And then they know how hard I work, and that is what makes them happy. Just like them seeing all my hard work that I've put in come into fruition.
Do you remember the first lines from your mom or your dad when they realized you were there? Do you remember the first lines?
Not really. My dad was so surprised, because I actually called it, because my mom is kind of like, she stresses too much. So I called my dad when I started getting those calls. I called my dad and I was like, hey, apparently the Pacers are trying to sign me, but I don't want to tell mom yet until it's official. So I called him and he was like, he couldn't even sleep. And after I called him, he couldn't sleep because he was so excited just off me calling him that they're trying to sign, like, to sign him. My mom was excited.
Right. Yeah. Right, it's good stuff. And I guess these days you've got very busy schedules, and you will have to grant interviews, and you have to do this. We have to say a very, very big thank you, and we're going to do our very best to ensure that we tell the good news and keep you in mind and keep you in prayers, like we do it here in Ghana, and obviously be looking out for what you can do with it. But how are you flowing with your teammates already?
Yeah, it's been good.